Ladies and gentlemen, today we talk about one of the most beloved fantasy series of all time, Wheel of Time. I just finished reading book 3 of Wheel of Time, The Dragon Reborn, and I have thoughts. I mentioned in my wrap up video for February that I never got the hype or the obsession behind Wheel of Time when I read book number 1 and book number 2 last year, but book number 3 changed that opinion. Now I am part of the obsessive fandom that Wheel of Time has, and I can proudly say that I'm a wheelie. Is that how they call themselves? The Wheel of Time fandom? I don't know. I actually now feel that I have enough investment in these characters. I can see that these characters are believable, they are realistic, and their journey is inspiring. At the same time, dangerous, despite all the very cliched, tropey things that Robert Jordan has gone with. I can understand how these tropes work so well in these books. I mean, the reluctant savior, reluctant chosen one, right? Overused trope, but maybe not when Robert Jordan was writing this book, but in general it is an overused trope, and I just cannot pick any other better example of this trope being used that well. I'm talking all over the place now, but before proceeding, my name is Angela. In this channel I talk about books and all things related to books, so if you love those things, please subscribe to my channel, and also please like, share and comment. Now that that is out of the way, let's get into the review of book 3 of one of the greatest fantasy series ever written, The Dragon Reborn by Robert Jordan. Starting with the prologue, this is not one of my most favorite prologue out of the 3. I still think that the prologue of book number 1 was the best so far. Basically, we get an insight into what White Cloaks are. We all hate them, right? Just like in the real world, we all hate eccentric extremists. Talking about The Dragon Reborn, rant. Considering the fact that this book was, named and titled The Dragon Reborn, the titular character makes very rare appearances throughout the book. We do get a bit of him in the beginning. He is definitely overwhelmed by the responsibilities placed on him. He is definitely this reluctant, not so ready savior / chosen one. He's kind of psyched out about this whole situation. Interestingly, throughout the rest of the book, like the whole middle part of the book, you don't see him at all until the end, right? And then when you see him, you see this epic confrontation with Balsamon. What a wonderfully written scene that was. But I still felt that it was all too easy for Rand to kill this person. Then we realized that that's because he is, the Dark One is not actually being killed. Maybe he was hosting on a different person, right? Balsamon. I don't understand the mechanics behind that, but this is my understanding. That explains how easily Rand was able to, defeat Balsamon. When I saw the title, The Dragon Reborn, I was expecting most of the book from the POV of Rand, but that expectation was completely upheaved, and in a positive way. And I'm thankful for that, because the way Robert Jordan chose to write this book from the perspective of others rather than the Dragon Reborn, it was a brilliant decision, I think, because it didn't take anything away from the story. At the end, we were able to even immerse ourselves in the last battle scene. My only qualms is that the battle scene could have been more epic. Of course, the scene in itself was written well, but it could have been more elaborate. But maybe this is something that is building up to a future epic battle with the real Dark One. That's my assumption. Oh dear, dear Lowell, he is writing a book. He is embarrassed about it initially. That was so cute of him to admit it and, be embarrassed about it. I really loved reading that part. And also where, he is like, oh my God, I should have stayed back in the steading. Oh my God, what have I gotten myself into? So that kind of trepidation, very cute, right? This huge, humongous being afraid of something, and then it was kind of comical. I did not get as much of Loyal as I wanted to, but hopefully in the future books I'll get more of him. I need more scenes from him, more action from him, rather than him just taking down notes for his books. And I would like to really see how he is writing his book. That would be interesting to see, and I hope he's safe. Don't you dare, Robert Jordan, don't you dare do anything to Lowell. He is the sweetest. Then you see Perrin a lot. One of the biggest positives of this book is Perrin's arc. I just love how his story played out throughout this book. We know that Perrin is traveling along with Moraine and Lan. And some of his scenes and the struggle that he is having with the power that is bestowed upon him, and him trying to adjust to it and deal with it. Especially this scene where he meets this person with the same condition as him, like a wolf brother. He understands the consequences of not controlling the power, or not reigning in the power, that it could result him being like this wild man who has lost control over his humanity. He doesn't remember anything. He is acting like an animal. Basically, he's being feral, right? How Perrin deals with that, and that's the reason he's trying to stay away from his wolf brothers, block them out. Perrin, being this protective, caring person, do not want him to end up hurting anybody because of his incredible power going wild. Another favorite Perrin scene of mine is where he frees the Isle Man. To think about it, Perrin had so many good moments throughout this book. And then enters the most annoying character so far in the series, or so far in any book that I've ever read, Fail. Is that how you pronounce her name? I was hoping that Perrin doesn't fall for her, but he did at the end. Why, Perrin, why? But anyways, hopefully she will stop being annoying going forward. I am hoping, because if there's a person around me like that, I would absolutely be, pulling my hairs out. Why, Robert Jordan? You give us such incredible characters, and then you give us this falcon, which nobody asked for. The trio, our Aes Sedai cohort, for the powerful Aes Sedai that they are very good at being captured. Like, they got captured by Sianchan, then they got captured by Liandrin and gang, the Black Aja. We spent so much time with them in this book, and at the end, they didn't even do anything. Like, Egwene roamed around in the dream world for some time, and then she comes out, and then at the end, Matt rescued them. I don't believe that they rescued themselves. I think some people say that, yeah, they were almost about to rescue themselves. I don't think so. They would have succeeded without Matt. And then they act shitty towards Matt. And oh my God, Nynaeve. Like, you know what? If Nynaeve doesn't sober down, I'm going to lose it. Like, if I had, again, like, just like Fail, if I had a person like that in my life who is so arrogant, despite her intentions, despite her good heart, if she is being a bully, then she has no part in my life. That's it. I don't think any one of us will put up with a bully because that person's heart is so good. If your heart is good, then you learn to behave good. And Nynaeve, oh my God, the way she is tugging at her braids, she's going to lose all her hair by the end of, book number, I don't know, what 14, and end up hairless or bald or something. Like, she has to stop doing that. She has to really stop being annoying, because there was this one scene where I really lost it with her. The way she spoke to the Emerald Seat in the kitchen. What was that? I mean, like, she almost called her, what did she call her? You old pretending something. Even the Aes Sedai would not speak to the Emerald Seat that way. And you are nothing yet. And you have this arrogance to speak to one of the most powerful women in the realm that way. She is full of herself. That's what I'm thinking. I know she's a beloved character. I know many people will start disliking me and my reviews because I'm bashing on Nynaeve this much. But that's what I think. And oh my God, the way these ladies are what's the word, fighting or bickering amongst each other. It was so pointless. I don't know what it contributed to the story. Because of this constant distraction of bickering among each other, they didn't even see the trap Black Aja laid for them. They straight walked into it, and I was like, maybe you deserve it, girls. Just shut the fuck up for once and just concentrate on things that's going around. Observe. I didn't have any favorite characters in book 1 and book 2, but after reading book 3, I can confidently say that my favorite character is Matt. I love his arc in this book. From this weak, bedridden boy who has been possessed by whatever powers that be, and after healing, he is this wonderful, village rascal. Yes, he has some qualities that we might not like, addiction to gambling and all that, but at the same time, he realizes that he has this enormous luck now, and he plays that to his own benefit. I think he is very good at, figuring out what to do with the power that is given to him. Apart from this incredible luck that he has this great ability to combat with quarterstaff. I love the humor his character brings into every scene. There is a scene towards the end where they're fighting on the rooftop, and he lifts his quarterstaff and he hits somebody on the head and accidentally, defeats one of the enemies. So that was I literally laughed out loud. I was reading that yesterday night on my bed, and I was like laughing out loud, like, okay, this is a hilarious scene. I really like it. One thing I'm confused about Matt is that I don't know what his real powers are. It's just this luck and his ability to fight well. That's not a power, that's kind of skill, right? So I don't know what his powers are. Maybe it will be revealed in the future. World building is so good. I really like how we start getting to know a little bit more about Isle and their culture, and I really, really love the dream world that has been discussed throughout the book extensively. The problem with dreams and dream worlds in fantasy book is like it could be considered as convenience trope or plot armor, but somehow I didn't feel that. I don't know why. I didn't feel like it was unnecessarily built, and I felt that this is part of the story itself, not something that the author introduced, to further the plot, but it is part of the plot. I don't know if I'm making sense, but I think it worked really well. I enjoyed all the scenes written in the dream world. I'm not even attempting to pronounce how it is in the other language. But I like the wolf dream for Perrin, and I also, where Egwene goes to. So I think it's the same kind of realm. It is so scary that what happens to you in the dream world could affect the real world. Imagine if our world was like that. I wouldn't even sleep. I would give up on sleep. I have so much to talk about this book. That's why I want to do a live with a couple of wheelies. Very soon you can see that on my channel. And the most exciting part of finishing this book is knowing that book number 4, the next one in line, is one of the most favorite books. So I just cannot wait. I'm just finishing up a couple of other books, and I will pick up the Shadow Rising as soon as I'm done with those. Wait for the live of Dragon Reborn. It will be out soon. If you're a fan of Wheel of Time, just like me, comment in the section below what was your favorite thing about this book. So I will see you soon in another video. This is Angie signing off. Bye-bye.